Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I would like to get another science ship going here. And specifically, I want to get this science ship working on some of these debris here. Now we're going to miss some of them, I think. But that's reasonably fine. Where is our current science ship, anyway? That is something I would like to figure out here. So this is currently surveying out over here. Okay, whatever. It can do that if it wants. That is, I guess, fine. Now, we do have an idle construction ship here. There's not really much we can do about that, because the plan is going to be to build a habitat out over here somewhere. But we don't have the influence that we need to do that right now. So we're just going to have to enter orbit here and leave this construction ship idle for the moment. That is absolutely fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Now, we need to hop on over here and get these armies landing on these two worlds, on Boundary and the Core. And the question is, how strong are each of these worlds? So Boundary is 5832. Okay, that's pretty strong. And 7502 here. We can get through that with the armies that we have here, but we're going to experience losses, for sure. That is extremely strong. Why is that so strong? Aegis complexes. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. So that is fine. We're not going to be able to push on from here just yet. We're getting in position over here. It's going to take a long time. So I think what we should do is we should move all of these forces over here and just start bombarding the core for the time being. Because this is going to be... it's going to take a while. I'm actually thinking that both of these should go invade Boundary while we bombard here at the core. So the core is beginning to take damage. Perfect. It's going to take damage quite quickly from this many ships. So if we check in here, it is taking 0.23% per day. Now a 0.25% per day. So about 400 days to fully bombard that. Okay, now here come our armies. I'm going to group them together, and we're going to land on Boundary.
Hostile station.
So they're 21.9k. It's definitely going to be fine, but I would like to bombard the core before we get there. We're up to 5% devastation already. That seems relatively good. We'll just work our way through this.
Initiative.
Okay, so this is going to take some time. That is understood. We do have Akram under control up over here, and Heidi Hole exists. That's only 399, so I'm going to move these guys over, and they're going to join us in bombarding at the core for now. And we're negative on a couple of things. We should turn off edicts then. I think I forgot to do that. Yep, definitely forgot to do that. So this should all get turned off. That'll be fine. And where's that extra science chip at? Here it is. Perfect. So we're going to put in a leader here. I don't really care who it is. You can be absolutely fine. And we're going to have you research special projects. And there we go. So now it's going to research special projects over here in Nikana. It's going to be 180 days until that's gone, but we can head out in that direction anyway. So we're not going to get there in time. That is understood. I'm wondering if we can get there a little faster with a jump drive, but I don't think that there's a good way to get there. I mean, we'll get up over here reasonably quickly, then we could jump drive to, like, down to Federation's End or so. So we would just move to the Karasta system. 35 days to do that. Okay, well, for the time being, let's continue to reinforce our fleets. We're absolutely going to need a lot there, and that'll be fine. So that looks okay for the moment. Now, this bombardment, we're up to 17% devastation, so we're making some progress there. And here we're definitely going to take some losses, but that is absolutely understood. Cool. So we've got this additional fleet on the way in. I want to make sure that that's set to indiscriminate bombardment, and I want to go through all of these fleets, because all of these should be on indiscriminate bombardment. And not all of them are. Some of these need to be changed over, but most of them are on indiscriminate bombardment. Okay, there we go. So now we'll bombard a little faster. We're bombarding at 0.37% a day. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So this is going down by 2 per day. Well, that's definitely going to improve once we work our way up beyond 25% devastation. So that's fine for now. Okay, science ship. It has indeed arrived. Looks like we can jump drive to here. But what if we were to astral jump it to here? That's an interesting idea. Go ahead and do that. It's going to cost us 500 astral threads, but that should be okay. We'll get over here a lot faster, and there's a lot of debris to research over here. So 3, 2...
Spaceports sustaining damage.
1, and ready to go. Okay, so now I want to head up to here and research this. 121 days on that. We might get there in time. I don't know. We'll find out. But we are full on energy credits, so we should probably buy in some alloys with those energy credits. There we go, there's some anyway. It's very expensive, no doubt about that. And over here in Satatoni, how is this bombardment going? We're up to 29% devastation. Okay, that's definitely making good progress. So, this is going to start going down a little bit faster, in theory, eventually, once that devastation comes up. And over in Boundary, it's gonna take a while to get that invasion done. Now we do have an astral action available. I'm not too concerned about that right now. So we're heading up to Nakanda at this moment. We'll see if we manage to get here in time. It's going to take some time here for sure. Out of curiosity, 50 days? We might get there in time. And then after that, I want to enable science ship automation, but we'll get back to that. We can't queue that up for now. Okay, so the 15th fleet exists down here. So we're going to need to give this a leader. And who should this be? These are all... You're waiting to be assigned? Okay. I mean, this is mostly an army leader, though. That's the thing. These are indeed army leaders. I'm looking for fleet leaders. And this is maybe a little bit better here with Mario. I guess I should say Mario. And then we've got Hugh Nichols here, who is... Are you waiting to be assigned as well? Yes, you are. Okay, so we have a fair number of leaders here, and you'll do. So we're going to want to bring some additional ships in here. Battleship, cruiser, destroyer, corvette. And we'll go to 10, 10, 10, and then max out the corvettes at 94. That should be correct, right? Yes. So now, as we can see here, we need like 300k. That's a lot. No doubt about that. There's a lot of alloys. Okay, looks like that's a 900k fleet that is engaging these guys. It's gonna win. But not forever. Not forever. These guys can only do so much. So that is great. So over here in Boundary, we're down to 3,400. At the core, we have reduced this a fair amount. We're up over 50% devastation now. So that means that we are reducing the garrison more quickly. And that also means that there's no longer an FTL inhibitor here. For now, that's not the biggest of deals. So we're up in Nakanda, and we are indeed researching this debris. Okay, cool. Dark matter reactor and thrusters. Sure. Definitely sounds good. So that is a very large fleet here. However, there are a lot of galaxy fleets roaming around over here, and it should be fine. They should be able to handle that, to be honest. So for now, we're mostly interested in the core and Boundary. We're up to 65% devastation here. And at Boundary, we're making progress, but they have a lot of reserves left. It's gonna take some time. Okay. It's also kind of laggy here. We have a few fleets. No doubt about that. There are a few ships there. And we're going to reinforce our ships, like so. Excellent. So we definitely do need to get our hands on some additional relics. No doubt about that. So the Rubricator will be available to be activated in 180 days. Sounds good. We're 55% done with this debris here. There's a lot of debris out over
Special
this way.
project concluded.
And it looks like that debris timed out. Okay, so we are going to research special projects. And this one's going to time out before we get there, I bet, too. Okay, well, hopefully that'll change soon. Cool. So there's definitely a lot of fleets around here. The elder races are not doing so well. We're not surprised about this, to be clear, but they really, really aren't doing well. How are we doing at the core? Well, we've reached 78% devastation. That is excellent. We're now in the top tier of devastation here. So planetary armies are taking double damage now from bombardment, and that is good. That is going down by, like, that's a pretty decent amount. It's about 10-ish per day. Ish. Plus or minus 2. So that is fine. No problem whatsoever there. Beautiful. So this is going quite well. We just need to wait on the invasion here at Boundary, which we are going to win, but again, we're going to take significant losses here. And we're just keeping an eye on this. The reserves are nearly gone for them. So that is excellent. We're going to start wiping these armies out very, very soon here. Their morale is really suffering. I mean, we do have a lot of xenomorphs to throw at them, so this isn't necessarily surprising.
Initializing hostile engagement protocols. Spaceports.
All of these guys just went to idle and then started moving. Presumably because we hit 100% devastation. Yeah, we're not bombarding. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay. All of the other fleets have decided to show up. We're going to enter orbit of the core. And hopefully, we're going to actually bombard. That would be nice. There's a lot here. No doubt about it. This is a very laggy system right now. How are things going over at the Boundary? We are now through their reserves. That is perfect.
System survey concluded.
And their front line is doing quite poorly at this point. Excellent. That is very, very good.
Special project concluded.
So we just need to wrap up their back line here. That will not take very long. This is looking very good. Of course, we expected it to look good. We did finish up loader efficiency, so that's fine. Beautiful. Just wrapping up this invasion of this Gaia world. And then we're going to go for the other one here. So that is absolutely fine, but let's wrap this up here. There we go. Now we're going to take all of these guys, and we're going to head down to Tatanga. I would like to fight these remaining forces. So down we go, and then up here, I want these guys to immediately begin a landing on the core. Which, that's why we stopped bombarding. Our allies actually landed on the core. It looks like they should actually have that. So we're going to head up to Akram real quick and go land on Heidi Hole. Cool. So up we go. Yeah, they should, in theory, have this under control. Even if they don't, they're going to whittle it down a lot, so that'll be fine. We're going to head over to Tatanga, and I would very much like to attack this force down over here. That is, of course, going to be a pretty hefty battle. We'll get there. Okay, game is certainly a little laggy right now, but, I mean, the entire galaxy is all in this area, just pushing in on the Sethweran Reclaimers at this point. It's them versus the universe. And, the universe is winning. So the Formless have offered us a reward. We're going to take their throne eventually. I want to know what this is. We're going to do that before I end this series, for sure. Now is not the time to do it. We're going to take a random physics technology. And that sounds fine. So, we're down over here.
Special project concluded.
And we're heading to Balawar. Sure. So this is all looking good. We just built an orbital in Biruta. I want to check in on our construction ships. So, We know that this one is ready to construct a habitat here. Do it. Get going on that. The Yukon is done in Mercura, and it looks like that needs to build another habitat. I'm actually going to disband this ship. I think we have a few too many construction ships for the moment. The Volga is here on Sol. I want to colonize the Sol habitat complex. And, of course, founder species only. We will colonize that here. There we go. And we're going to need to build some orbitals here. Yes, indeed we are. Okay. So this is fine. We can head on over to, say, here and get started with that. So this will be a major orbital, minor orbital. This will be a minor. We can head up over this direction and build a major orbital. This will be a minor. There's a lot of things that we're going to be building here. There we go. We can then come out over here and build a minor. Major here, and then, of course, we'll go over to, say, Sol, and we'll build a major orbital there, and then over at Mercury, this will be fine, a major orbital. And then we've got Earth and Luna over here, which I'm 99% sure we can't build one over Earth. That's okay. We've got 3 Juno here. Again, we can't build one over Mars because that is already done, but we'll head over to Pluto and build a minor orbital there. Then we'll come back to Pallas. That will be fine. And then we'll build one around Callisto, and then one around Europa, one around Jupiter itself. But we are lacking the alloys here. So let's buy in a couple more. Where's that construction ship at? It's around here somewhere. There, that'll do it. So that gets us the Volga there. We'll build a major orbital around Jupiter, build a minor around Callisto, and then a minor around Io. And then, of course, we have Varuna up here. And I believe that's everything. I think. Sure, that should be fine. Now, the Mekong finished up in Anzans, and it looks like it is actually done here. I'm going to disband this one as well. We don't have enough influence to run this number of civilian ships, so that is fine. The Rhine finished up in Radnitz. We built an orbital ring. Okay. Here we would want to construct a habitat, and we're just going to enter orbit up over here, and we'll leave the Rhine idle. The rest of that looks good. Now, let's check for jobs here. Do we need to do any job work? Yes. We've got this generator station here. Okay, we can build an energy nexus there. Here we could build an energy nexus and a mineral processing plant. I will build the mineral processing plant first, and then we'll build the energy grid, I should say. Okay, let's check through the rest of these real quick. There's Beta Aquila here. Okay. Well, we'll put a robotic assembly plant in here. That'll be fine. Also, do we need to do any... Yes, we do. These guys, they need to be assimilated. Okay. The Sethweir do as well. They will all be assimilated. Perfect. That'll be a good number of pops. I like it. We apparently have a Colossus. Well, hello there. Where did you come from? It can pacify? Okay, that's very, very interesting. Let's just send that back to Sol. Okay, cool. So we're going to attack down over here, of course, and the status of things over here are going to be interesting, for sure. But I think that they've got this. I do think that they've got that. Now, we should be invading Hidey Hole, and yeah, that'll go very quickly indeed. Excellent. No problem there. This war is nearly over, but it isn't over just yet. So in we go to Tatonga, but this is already under our control. So what I want here is all of our fleets to be in position to go over to here. There we go. Down they go.
Planetary incursion initiative.
So Okram is under our control now. And we're going to skip Satatoni. I believe that that is indeed under control. We're going to come land on Tatonga 1. 2717 is not a problem for us. So that sounds good. We'll continue to reinforce our ships here.
Hostile engagement protocols.
Excellent. Now the question is, are they going to try to resist us, or are they going to try to run away from us? They should probably run away from us, to be honest, just given the numbers that we're working with here. So that's reasonably fine. Okay, so these guys are in position now. Go ahead and jump. The Dimensional Fleet is also in position, so that looks good. Over we go.
Striking hostile station.
Okay, the Dimensional Fleet was less in position than I'd hoped. That's okay. We're going to eliminate this station, no problem. And at this point, all of these guys, I want them to head, well, over to the jump point here. We don't want to actually jump just yet because they have a powerful force here. I want to wait for the Dimensional Fleet to get caught up. That'll be about 45 days. That sounds good. So no problem there, in theory. And of course, we're bringing in our army here to go land on Tatanga. So over we go. Perfect. So the Dimensional Fleet is now working on heading over to Keenis here. The Dimensional Fleet is pretty slow. It doesn't move anywhere near as quickly as we do, and I'm wondering why. It's got this side jump drive. I don't see sublight drives on it, and that might have something to do with it. Okay, so at this point, I want to hop back over here. Specifically, I'm checking in on these special projects here. Okay, that'll be done in 15 days. Cool. I definitely do want to get Dark Matter Reactor and Dark Matter Thrusters if we can. That would be amazing. Okay, are we in position now for this jump? Almost. The Dimensional Fleet is so slow. Everything else is way faster, but the Dimensional Fleet,
studied.
Not so much.
Fascinating.
Okay. So there's some dark matter power and propulsion progress. That is very good. We're definitely going to get that. And of course, our invasion of Tatanga has begun. I want to check in over here and make sure that these guys are going to be okay here. I'm 99% sure they are. Yeah, they definitely should be. They are out of reserves over here. So this looks absolutely fine. They're now able to start hitting that backline. So that looks good. Okay, at this point, we should be ready to jump into Keenis here. And I do see that they moved back their 500k fleet. Okay, we should activate our edicts at this time. So we'll do Astral Shielding. We'll do Exotic Gases for Shield Boost, Volatile Ammunition, Reactive Armor, and Focusing Crystals. Perfect.
Striking hostile station.
So in we go here. How strong is this station? Oh, that's not very strong. Okay. So we're going to be eliminating their biggest fleet here. These guys are their next biggest, the powder kegs. But we'll need to take these guys out. That should not be any problem whatsoever. Yeah, that long-range firing absolutely doing work before we engage. Yeah, this is not going well for them. Beautiful. We'll take a few losses for sure. But that's absolutely understood. Okay, at this point, I want to take all of these guys over to here. Get on over here. I want to fight this last remaining fleet very, very soon. Also, it's kind of awkward that we have to go through Throd to get to Vapop. They actually came in and attacked us. Beautiful. That's really, really good. I didn't expect them to do that. This is foolish, but we're very happy that they did. Okay, so they are out of here. That, of course, means that we should turn our edicts back off. There's no time at this point, I think, when we're going to need edicts from here on out. I'm going to send the Dimensional Fleet over to Sehuvis. But everyone else here, I'm going to send to Vapop. Excellent. Now, we're invading Tatanga here, and that is still underway. So that seems relatively fine. We may want to leave one fleet bombarding here, and I think I'm going to do that. We'll leave this fleet bombarding here, and then maybe grab one additional fleet and move that here to bombard. That seems reasonably fine. Okay, well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, this war is going to end. We are incredibly close right now to the war ending. We're just not quite there yet, but very, very soon we will be. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.